I made a simple post, and maybe I didn't say it right. It was late. And right now, I'm on 4 hours sleep, so maybe I'm not even responding properly. But the question was, who's the best pound-for-pound fighter from New York? Now, they didn't put tournament karate. I didn't say the streets either. I didn't say boxing, I didn't say kickboxing. So maybe I should have been specific, so I changed it. So I did mean tournament karate. My pick was the late, great Sean William Oliver. But, man, I don't understand why people get all bent out of shape, man. And it's insulting to me because you guys know what I'm trying to do is help people stay alive. I'm trying to create a platform for the OGs who literally have been forgotten about. Because I feel like one of them. Now, no, I wasn't a kickboxer, but I used to spar with the kickboxers and whip their ass in the gym. No, I wasn't an MMA fighter, but those of you who move around with me, you see I've done some of that too, right? So what does that have to do with anything? I live in 161st and Park Avenue, Bronx. I don't have no goddamn problem in terms of walking around here because I do have a reputation that precedes me from the 1980s. So my point is that I'm asking the question, personal, to try to inspire people to do something, to get off your asses. 60 years old. I'm not trying to get into freaking conflict with people, but they're going to give me negative attention? Come on, man. That's not cool. Not cool at all. You guys know, I put together the OG, Fountain of Youth. And I had a tournament, and it was phenomenal. People came from all over. So that's what this is all about. Point karate is not the same thing. Sniper fight is what I call it. And that's not even fighting either, but it works on your fast twitching muscles. You can't tell me that the so-called point karate fighters aren't kicking ass in MMA, and those guys aren't even the best in point karate. As far as I know, they're best from the previous present generation, you know, with the Michael Vernon page and even what was his name, Raymond Daniels. Those guys were phenomenal, representing what we would have been doing. The top kickboxers, they came from point karate. To me, full contact fighters, I should say, it was Bill Waters, which was my favorite. Benny Akita, these guys came from point, not only point. So we know that. But you know how many times guys are phenomenal in training and so on and so forth, but if they're in a street situation, they become pussy in a second? I mean, I don't understand it. Like, guys, please, I'm trying to do the right thing by throwing tournaments for a generation of people that were forgotten. And if you choose to compete and test your skills, it might help you stay alive and stay in better shape. You know, that's what it is. It was a great event. I've gotten, just this weekend, I had 4 calls back-to-back with people that were praising how good the event was to inspire people. And that's what I'm here. I come onto Facebook to try to inspire people, motivate people. If you look at my posts. And then you guys forget, like, even when you did point any of you guys, I will whip your ass in that damn thing. So if the rules were different, come on, stop. Like, if the rules were different, I would still probably whip your ass. If there was no rules, I'd probably still do that shit too, personally. But it's not me. That's me talking now from an egotistical martial artist that doesn't like anyone to fucking mess around with me. Okay, let's keep it basic. Let's think about this. We've gotten older. A lot of people never took the tournament seriously, which was fine. I took it to another level. I earned income with it. But then the striking portion of it, fake repositions, angle, in-angle attack, broken rhythm, half those things you guys never learned how to do because you didn't do the sport karate to the highest level. And none of these kids know that either. I can still win in tournaments. I have, because half my age, because they don't know these intricate details of what would be striking. That comes from any form of pugilism. I was just watching Boss Rutan, and he was breaking down some things. And he was doing point karate in the sense that he was doing trigonometries, not just going in on people. He was doing techniques that literally, you know, when you get advanced in boxing, you ever seen an older version of Roberto Duran? Oh my God, what a master. He was blocking on the inside, looked like a kung fu style. He was low block, chest block, cross blocks, and countering. It was phenomenal. You know, it takes a while for those techniques to develop, so sometimes people never had a chance to do that. So what I realized, this is what normally happens, this is what I saw. I saw people when grappling came in or MMA came in, they belittled that. Oh, that's no good. Like, why the hell is not good? I mean, from the feet to the floor and everywhere in between is what we're supposed to be teaching people. But don't hang out on the floor the whole damn time. Stand up. But then I also saw and see people talk about the Muay Thai. Great at that distance, but you can't freaking do shit at this distance. And if you're kicking only with a back leg and we already know what you're doing, if you go counterclockwise with it, it's not going to touch you. So every form of fighting, sports-wise, has benefits to it, 1,000%. But what's the consistency of when they're successful? Timing, tempo, rhythm, distance. Timing, tempo, rhythm, distance. Yes, and they talk about technique or quality thereof, picking, making the right, fast decisions, choices. Sometimes you're trying to throw a kick when you're in punching range. I've seen that happen in any form of freaking fighting. And even back in the days when the full contact fighters or kickboxers today fought point, and they tried, again, I don't know about anybody else, but I used to beat them pretty damn easy. Because the distance game. And these are the guys who were the top fighters in kickboxing, where they were fast, hook kick, round, side kick, but in point they weren't like that. I mean, let's keep it real. There's always levels to what would be fighting and even business. Okay? Even business. Are we going to measure somebody's martial arts skills based on their business or their style? Because most of the styles that I saw sucked. Shit don't work anywhere. But so what? It's not the style, it's the individual. But then it's the individual at that given moment to be able to even do whatever it takes to protect yourself. In other words, not choke. So that's why I love martial arts tournaments. It's a way to still stay active, not get into confrontations. If I'm going to compete, it motivates me to train. Personally, and I don't mean lifting freaking weights, because those damn muscles don't mean nothing. Nothing. The opposite. You get injured all the damn time. You can't even scratch your ass right because you're freaking injured from lifting weights or... It's crazy when I think about it. It's based on results, right? And leading by example. So I'm trying to create a platform, which I think is already done. UMAN OG, next tournament it's March 28th. And I had to move that over too because I want to make sure it's successful. I want to make sure that I don't get turned off. And I'm very sensitive at this point because when people talk shit, it throws me off, especially when it's not part of the subject matter. Like, go somewhere else to talk about that nonsense. I'm talking about tournament martial arts. I love tournament martial arts when done properly. To see someone like William Oliver do a shuffle axe kick, slip, sweep, and hit the person in the head. I'm not going to mention the person because today they're killers. Everyone's a freaking killer. But it's the same freaking person, that got swept. And so on and so forth. These are the same people that, as bouncers, see, that's where a lot of people were tested. When they were bouncers to see if they can actually, fight, a lot of them freaking ran the opposite way. I wasn't a boxer, I should say a bouncer. My point is that there's all forms of fighting, and that's what I'm talking about. Point tournament, what used to be point karate, that doesn't exist no more. William Oliver, to me, was the best. I saw when he got swept by Keith Vitale, and I posted the video, and he hit Vitale from the bottom. They didn't give him that point either, I believe. But I'm like, wow, what kind of athlete that guy was. His upper body was wide, really, really wide. Like he was 6 feet tall. In the meantime, he was probably 5'7", maybe at the most. His hands were big. His arms were long. William Oliver was phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Incredible to me. And then when he did forms, he was great. I was a big fan of him. I watched him in the movie Fighting Black Kings, where the rules were different. And you know what? That footwork helped quite a bit. Oliver, to me, was number one. And we fought 2 times. No, he didn't beat him. I wouldn't expect to beat him. I was a freaking biggest fan. Biggest fan. There were so many people that were phenomenal. And events that I bear witness to that were great. I used to watch kickboxing, and they couldn't box and they couldn't kick. Yeah, they were tough, no question about it, but most of the guys were Come on, wait, I got to make believe that was just throwing crazy punches. Do I have to make believe that was really good punching? Do I have to make believe that was really good kicking? Even when I watch MMA right now, do I have to make believe that those kicks freaking look good? No. Can it be done? Yes. Kicking someone to the damn leg? No question about it. It works. I've done it many times in street situations. Yes. Take the person's leg out, hit them to the freaking face, and then open them and come back. Maybe I'm not known for that, but trust me, I don't have no problem with my reputation in the damn Bronx. There's no freaking rules here, and I've been freaking just fine. I think there's a situation that happened many years ago that is still urban legend about. My point is that, guys, we're here to inspire. I'm here to inspire people, motivate people to get off your assets. You know, if your heart rate increased, maybe the number one killer you have, your heart rate or your diabetes or your high blood pressure, and because it comes from your eating habits, your obesity, your eating habits, the bad habits that you guys have, is that. So the biggest killer is your fork and knife, you know, and all of us have that challenge. Right now, I'm like 2 months pregnant myself. I'm 2 months pregnant, yeah. Holiday season does that to me. I get weak. I start eating extra freaking snacks. But now, if I'm going to compete in the tournament, my mindset now changes. And is that supposed to change now that I'm 60? No. I love doing it. I love freaking sparring. And I love kicking people in the freaking head, even right now, and I can still do it. You could too if you had to, or if you trained for it. How much fun would that be? Imagine watching a video showing your great-great-grandkids or your grandkids hitting someone with a freaking reverse punch or axe kick or sweep. How much fun is that? The people who came to the OGs, man, they had a good time. It was phenomenal. They all had a ball. And we had some killers there, yes. Killers that probably can't kill as fast today, but they're still pretty damn dangerous. But they were competitive amongst their own group. You know, man, I saw two gentlemen fight that if I would have saw them fight 20 years ago, oh my God. Imagine 20 years ago, Marty Eubanks versus Jesse Smokey Harris under point karate rules. How phenomenal that match would have been, or looked even better. They fought for first place. Eubanks won. I don't know if that would have been the case, 20 years ago. My point wasn't that Eubanks has been active. Harris hasn't. He didn't even have equipment. We all had a ball. But imagine if he got in shape now for the next event and then the next event. So what I'm trying to say is that we have a platform presently to help you have a reason to train to go play a friendly game of Kia. Marvelous Morph Farmer, this freaking gentleman called me and we were on the phone for over 3 hours. I got to say this publicly because he has shown so much gratitude and appreciation for what's happened because for 40 years he wasn't involved in the martial arts community from a competitive standpoint. He's been living lovely, and he gave me a lot of history, and he told me, I'm going to say this, I have to say because it's the truth. He went to a family reunion, and because of the tournament, he is going to compete in the next one, and they want to come from all over the country to see their sibling. They're 65 years young. He's the youngest person in the 65 to 69 division now, compete out of a tournament. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to get people to realize that I looked up to you, I appreciate you, and you should be proud of being a martial artist. Don't let them make fun of you just because you're freaking older, because it happens to me. And again, this got inspired by a post that I did down there where I asked about who's the best pound-for-pound fighter from New York. I didn't say any other state. I meant New York City. Actually, I said New York City. And that was the actual question. Maybe I didn't phrase it right. Some people, they thought they knew what they read. So some people say Pedro Xavier, who's from Massachusetts. Some people say Billy Blanks, who's from Pennsylvania. Some people mention competitors from yesteryear that were from New York. So that was relevant, But I had to rephrase it. And then people got on there and started disrespecting point karate. So point karate and boxing aren't sports. What does it have to do with fighting? The potential fight. Fighting is you're in the goddamn street and some shit happens and you don't choke. Fighting is you're a correction officer and you have to freaking fight for your damn life, like a lot of people that are here. I respect those guys, so legendary correction officers too. Fighting is the opposite, of what would be martial arts when it comes to the fact that it's rules. But the mindset's still the same. The art of war is still the same. A warrior still can take and change what would be the rules or what would be the approach based on the situation. Not everybody who freaking fought that could have killed somebody did kill somebody, even under a situation where there was a street or what have you. So we have to have some type of self-control. And that's what I'm talking about. However, if you've been out of the loop for years and you live in the burbs, and I know guys, I lived in the burbs for over 20 years, so I know what the suburbs, and then they train in the suburbs and they act like they freaking killers. Killers. Ain't no damn killers. You moved from the ghetto to the suburbs so that they have a better life, and then you've lost a lot of that what would be step because you're out of shape. You're out of shape because you're not under pressure. So I'm saying is that how can I help people who are in the suburbs still get themselves to fight 3 or 4 times a year, not for the fighting part of it, to interact with people of similar mind and keep themselves healthy, maybe inspire the kids and grandkids to have a long-term healthy lifestyle. That's it. You know, and keep making this thing complicated. I always have to hold on to the people like many of you who say, thank you for having that tournament circuit. Thank you for recognizing us. You know, because it makes it hard for me. It makes it really hard for me when I think about how many people came to my damn tournament, right? Came to my tournament, was supposed to judge. Didn't come in uniform, which they knew they were supposed to. And then they got over, right? They got over. That was the only negative that happened. So next time they come to spectate or participate. Because there is no list tonight, right? For what it was worth. That's me, as what would be a martial artist, not to get ripped off again. Plus, I'm giving away $3,500. Who the hell is doing that? I'm not earning that. I'm doing. You think I earned the $2,000 that I gave away? Come on, now, please. There's no money there, but I have to generate some type of money because I respect you guys to create what would be an opportunity for you to get inspired. And most of you guys don't need the money or want the money, but you know why I put the money? Because your girlfriend and your wife, hopefully it's not both of them, but they would appreciate if at least you broke even or earn a few bucks. What's wrong with that? Like Derek Williams said, he's never earned that much money in karate. At age 60 plus, people weren't earning that in their 20s and 30s, but I was because I used to travel. All I'm saying is that there's an opportunity for you to inspire yourself, I should say, get off your assets and start training and work out about 3-4 times a year, compete in the tournament. I'll be having it all around the country. And that's what this is all about. I'm trying to help people stay alive. You know, I'm sharing things from the outside in, you know, whether it's, you know, super patch from the outside in and then people try to gig on me. Fat fucks over here trying to gig on me. Come on. Yeah, I said it. It's insulting. Then from the inside out peptides, I try to share as many good things as possible. And it makes it hard when people turn around and try to like be cute. Like, come on, man. I love martial arts and I love martial artists who take actions. Most people, honestly, have never reached the levels of excellence in anything that they did because of excuses. And I do know that there are no statues made for critics. I know that. And people who used to be people who sucked in point karate, kickboxing, even the self-defense salsa, you know, that make-believe shit. But they act like killers. But they won't walk down the block or in between projects without running. Or no, I'm not going to the Bronx. You know do you know how many people that were killers? Right? Killers. Didn't even come to the Bronx because they was like, no, I don't want to go to the Bronx. But wait a second. You're teaching how to kill somebody. You're dangerous. But you can't even walk in the Bronx. So that's what I mean. Even if they have the skill set to do it, they don't have the heart to do it. It's like the person that says, oh, I'm not gonna fight, I'm gonna do forms. I'm like, forms is harder than fighting. Damn, I'll get a damn heart attack doing freaking forms. You can't make believe you're freaking in shape. Like I've been doing for years, you know. But you can use your skill set in fighting and still do okay. Plus, that's closer to what would be a situation in the street. Now they're going to be kicking and punching, but there'll be some form of striking. It won't be, you know, that's come on, man. So look, I love martial arts, you know, but people sometimes are just fucking dumb. Like, what's wrong with you guys? You know? And then there's standards to everything else. You know? I remember when people used to insult me because, not directly, not in my face. I'm talking about my frenemies. They used to talk shit about me like they're doing right now. And the main reason was because I have passion, enthusiasm. I have fun. I make moves. I don't make excuses. I reinvent myself. I became a top fighter. There wasn't no top fighters in New York that were fighting nationally. They weren't. Did they have the skill set? Possibly. Did they have the confidence? No. Otherwise, they would have went consistently. And don't say and give me that bull crap that you didn't have the money to do it. You just chose not to, which is fine. So you stayed in the ghettos, and that was awesome too. So I fought in the ghettos, and I would fight in the national tournaments, most of the times in the same weekend. The ghettos, for my ghetto reputation, not to go Hollywood, so to speak, and also the national tournaments for the points and the money. Because I was not formally educated. I only have 8th grade formal education. So my vocation became martial arts. So and then when I started teaching martial arts, I didn't do it with the mindset of most of you guys. I did it in the base, I should say, in the head start downstairs, because this guy said to me, hey, Mickey, props to Mickey. He says to me, why don't you start teaching martial arts? My first student is watching right now, Marcus the Ox Martinez. We went to Taft High School, the same school that Kool Herc, the inventor of hip-hop, and probably the best singer in many respects, Luther Vandross. They both went to Taft High School, on a side note. But my point is still that, personally, my instructor was Supreme Grandmaster Sang-Soo Tiger Kim. I joined martial arts April 19th, 1976. So when I joined martial arts, I realized real quick that the Taekwondo didn't work out too well when I got taken down and the kid punched me in my freaking eye. And, cannonball from 164 and 7th Avenue. So I started training harder in the Taekwondo. And then I stopped doing that for a while because I got removed, and I was 13 years old, and Shams the Barons and looking like a fly guy, became more important. So I used the $100 for the Blackboard examination to buy some damn clothes. So then I went and had a street fight, because now I'm a new guy, new kid in a high school or junior high school. No, it was high school. Junior high school, and I'm kissing everybody. And all these kids are like, what the hell is kissing these girls? Because I was a new kid. I was pretty handsome back then. So I got into a street fight with a kid that didn't go to school, and I'm kicking his butt. He throws a wild punch and freaking breaks my damn nose. And I'm like, oh shit, you know what? Forget this Taekwondo bullshit. Forget any of this stuff. And I started training a lot harder, with the mindset of every freaking day when I went to Taft High School, I had to make sure that today is not the day that I'm going to get into a fight. So those of you who know me from Taft, you know that I was kicking shit, doing shit, and my reputation preceded me, even though I was a skinny little freaking kid. I always had the attitude and the confidence, because I'm waiting. Today might be the day someone's going to freaking break my nose again. Today might be the day before, but that someone might freaking give me a black eye, right? And then I became a top competitor, in spite of the fact that New York was behind technology. When I started faking repositioning and doing techniques, everybody was watching me as a teenager, because I went to the 1981 U.S. Open and I learned techniques that were different. So when I came back over here, that's why people used to run to my ring as a teenager when I was beating people as an underbelt. When I came back as a green belt, even though I was really a brown belt in Taekwondo, but I was a sissy, so I wouldn't put my damn belt. That was 1981. But I still won 2 grand championships, junior grand championships in 1981. And I won the first place in U.S. Open in forms and fighting. Forms was even funnier. Your guys practicing your I made the shit up on the spot, and I beat most people. And I'm going to put a video today of when I beat some of the best of all time. I'm going to put the other 2 guys, and you see how I made it up. My point is that anybody could have done more and better if you would have tapped into your creativity. But you was confined to your quarters on your style and different things they had to do. And then your mindset that it wasn't possible. I used to hear people tell me, oh, get a real job. Oh, I'm a member of unions. I don't give a fuck. I made more money than all you guys combined. And the 5 of you giving high fives. Because my first fiscal year, 1989, I did earn 6 figures. I wasn't a drug dealer, and I wasn't working 25 hours a freaking week. I should say a day. You know what I mean? My point is that I've always done this to inspire people, to have fun. And I'm going to continue doing that. I love that people are training and they're telling me, hey, I might come out and compete. Yes, I do get on their case because they can't see their freaking toes anymore. Yes, there's a possibility that if I put the high blood pressure, the diabetes, the cancer, et cetera, divisions, that people can go to those divisions, because that's the truth. But I can say this, I'm happy that nobody has passed away from the tournament September 20th to now. And there was a gentleman, I'm going to throw in real quick, who did pass away, and I haven't had a chance to even say anything about it because it's really heart-wrenching. He's still my friend. I have over 50 people that are my friends on Facebook still that passed away. And this is, I want to be quiet for a second. Sifu Jack Schamberger passed away. And that man was always so good to me. The 2 tournaments that he had his students promote, we won grand, either myself or my students. And one time, every time he treated me well. So that's what martial arts to me is about, really. The camaraderie. I can't even say it, but I can still do it. The friends and the family, extended family that we've made. And they were all, people came that hadn't seen each other in 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, and they were working out in a tournament. Nemesis and enemies made friends. Or broke, you know. See, now I'm emotional. Ain't this a bitch? Anyway, guys, on March 28th, for those of you who choose to, and I'm the way in life, I'm a freaking beg you guys, and I've reached out to a few people too many times. If it's more than once, it's too many damn times. I work with the willing. I'm working out the UMAN OGs, UMAN, Unified Martial Arts Network OGs, older guys and older girls, Fountain of Youth Tour. That's right, we need the Fountain of Youth, damn it. I'm trying to freaking reverse time. Fiance is only freaking 30. And I'm 20. That event is going to be hopefully bigger than the last one, which the last one had people from 16 states. 15 additional states. People came from Forest, California. This time, it seems like they're coming from Puerto Rico. My point is that, guys, I appreciate those of you who support. And those of you who hate, thank you for the motivation. But don't be full of shit. Get off your assets. You can do better. You know you can. And you got a chance. You could be 70 and be the youngest person in the 70 to 74 division. The 85-year-old is still most people's heroes that competed at the tournament. And he's coming back. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm on 4 hours sleep and I'm excited about a new business that I'm being involved in that's not network marketing, that's even martial arts related. It's real world related. If you get paid the W-2, chances are that FICA, you're not going to see it all. You can tap into it. So I'm excited about that too. That's why I'm up. I'm up early to try to figure out other ways to help people. Not tear them down, or talk shit, or gossip. My mother used to say there's nothing worse than un hombre, a man, que bochinche. You know, in other words, que bochincha, meaning a gossiper. God, how the hell this happen? God bless you. I can't answer the question right now. Oh my God! Trent Norman, my brother, Ninja Turtles in the house. I'm still a freaking fan. I appreciate you. Yes, I mentioned Jesse, but Smokey was a killer. Still is. I'm saying, seeing him was phenomenal. I would love to see Reginald the Snake Good. I competed against him 1983, my first grand champion. Boy, I was scared. Lucky I got him. Andre Graham. Oh, that guy was killer. I love that guy. Legendary correction officer. Right? And Michael Powell. Those are the Ninja Turtles to me. The real deal ones. For those of you who don't know. Anyhow, God bless you. Best wishes. And if I'm insulting you, too bad. You insulted me. AB. See ya.